Okay, never. Here we go. Hey everyone. Sorry, I had some little technical difficulties there, but welcome. Glad you guys can make it to this stream. Here we go. So I've got RJ here with me. He's been doing a lot of DFK YouTube content recently. How's it going, RJ?
What is good? Super excited for this stream today.
Heck yeah, man. Me too. This is going to be fun. We've got a lot of exciting things going on in DFK. Hold on. Oh, I lost my camera again, but it's gonna come back in a few minutes, I promise. But yeah, so we are 2 weeks out from CrystalVale launch. Like, how are you feeling about CrystalVale overall so far, man?
Feeling good. I mean, obviously we've seen a huge amount of hype going up to probably $42. But regardless of the fact that it's gone down, I think that overall it's a success. And there's a lot of things that DFK has learned, and a lot of and for us as well, investors have learned about DFK and moving forward. Because I do see another blockchain that gets integrated potentially, and a lot of pretty cool stuff that can happen.
Dude, absolutely. So I know I learned a couple lessons in CrystalVale and everything, but what were some of the lessons that you took out of it so far?
Man, there's a few, right?
Absolutely. And if you're not ready to share, I can maybe give one.
You can take it first, and I'll think a little bit more about my answer.
Yeah, for sure. So I think the biggest thing for me at first was just like play into the narrative of what's going on. So for me, like I knew Crystal was going to be like really overhyped at first, and that everybody's going to be really excited about these APRs. I actually took that opportunity to cash out my Crystal, just because at like the high prices, because I knew like that pump wasn't really going to last forever. So I think that was one of the biggest lessons, and honestly one of the biggest wins that I had, as well. But yeah, how about you? What did you pick up?
Yeah, for me, when the airdrops came, I actually just immediately sold it. I always thought that seeing prices at 30, 40 just felt very unsustainable. And to be honest, when I heard about the word crystal ever since, summoning raffles and et cetera, I always thought that crystal was not going to be worth more than $10. I don't know why. That's just the feeling that I had. So when I saw things hyped up, I just thought that things were unsustainable. Obviously, there's a lot of hype into it. And I think a lot of people justified holding on to crystal, because of the high APRs and the pairings in the gardens. But I think a lot of people learned a lot of lessons for sure.
Yeah, dude, for sure, for sure. And how about like now? Like, how are you feeling with all of this now? Are you back into Crystal or buying into Crystal at this point?
Yeah, so I ended up buying back in probably a few days ago. I would say I'm a bit into gardens, not too much in CVs. Actually, recently put some into Serendale, as well. So a little bag there and a little bag there.
Nice. Yeah, I've been going a little bit harder into Serendale too. Like, I think the APRs are still really solid, and people are really sleeping by not getting on those. So I put a little bit into the Luna pool recently, since Luna was on a dip today. I actually put some more in today. What pools have you been going for?
Just a simple Jewel to one, and for CV, we have the X Jewel to Jewel. So just keeping it pretty simple for now. But like you're saying, like the unlock rate is super super high now, and I do expect to see Serendale Garden percentages go down. Not too much, but just a little bit more as people are reallocating for their portfolios. But I'm definitely liking the high unlock rate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the unlock rate at this epoch is like 63 or 65%, and like the APRs are still chilling about 3 to 350, or even a little bit higher in some of these pools, and like that's really legit. And we know like Jewel is obviously a really solid token that's going to have some longevity to it. So like to earn APRs on a token that we're actually confident with just kind of seems a little unreal.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, man, for sure. And so I always talked about like in my strategy with CrystalVale at least is that I want to hold a couple epochs before I hit my claim button. So I actually have not hit my claim button on my crystal at all. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, likewise. I think yesterday when I checked it, it said there's a 2 to 3 hours left until the next epoch. So I think I just forgot to claim it after that as well. But usually I hold on to it for quite a bit, especially for Serendale, as I have no rush to really claim, and obviously there's that benefit to wait. So I think we're on the same page there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, and then like what I've been doing too is like I've been buying more Jewel on this dip as well. One strategy that I should have put into my last video that I wanted to talk about is that if you're like stocking up a significant amount of Jewel on this dip and you want to farm on it, don't deposit it into the same wallet. I actually created a different wallet to start a different pool for Jewel to X Jewel so it doesn't force that claim. So we'll see how many epochs I actually ride out before hitting that claim button, but it's definitely I think it's going to be a few.
Nice.
Yeah, man. All right, so hot topic for today. Everybody's talking about eggs. So recent announcement is that starting tomorrow and just for the weekend, I actually calculated it's a 64-hour period. There's going to be a 10x drop rate for eggs. So first of all, like, what was your initial reaction to this? And now that you've digested a little bit, like, how are you feeling on it? And we'll go ahead and check some numbers out in a little bit too. But I want to get your initial thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, my initial thoughts about any announcements is to kind of sit back at least for a few hours and wait and see what the general public's reaction is. And it was, I guess, pretty obvious to the extent where everyone wanted to, I guess, dump their eggs on third-party websites, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that yeah, it sucks for those that have just bought eggs this week, last week, or very, very recently. But we have to keep in mind that eggs could be the next summoning where everyone wants to grab it because it is still going to be a very, very low drop rate, considering the 10x. But I am long-term bullish with eggs. I don't think anyone should hold too many, but I would at least allocate some to eggs.
Yeah, so like with the price dip now, so I've been looking a little bit on the Fox Escrow website. And that's a place where you can buy eggs. This is foxescrow.one/items. And they have an option for you to filter out eggs. So the floor right now for a gray egg is $114. So what do you think about that price? Like, is that a buy price? Is it a chill, see what happens price? What are you thinking?
Um, my thoughts are it's either going to go a little bit lower or it stays around this point because I think the massive amount of I guess FUD around the eggs is probably gonna flatten out within today or tomorrow. That's just my opinion. But it could go lower with the weekend, of course. But 114, what divided by 4.8, right? So that's like 23 joule for a gray egg, and around like 24ish joule for a green egg.
Yeah, not bad at all. And actually, I haven't done these comparisons, but have you compared this to like the liquidity pools on the market at all?
I have not. So you're talking about total liquidity in each, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I usually just look at a
Um,
trader, but
or yeah, or no, yeah, that's what I mean. Just looking at the trader, let's see how much like these eggs are costing. Here, I'll pull this up.
yeah.
Here, also, I'm gonna share my screen with you on Discord so you can see what I'm looking at. I thought that'd probably be
Perfect.
helpful.
Yeah, that definitely will be.
For sure. So, okay, let me. If we're looking at USDC for a, that one was a gray egg on the floor. Let's check it. Our price is about $120. So, I guess it's like the same price, like $5 difference. It's a little bit different. Looks like it's a little bit cheaper right now. Let's check for the blue eggs. What we got here? Blue eggs, the blegs. And like I think so okay, so 115 for a blue egg right now. I mean that seems like a pretty good deal to be honest. Like I bought one this morning around that price. We'll see like if what the math like what I'm going to do next. So um, what I did is I prepared a little bit of math for us to look at. I know everyone's favorite subject, but I mean, if you're into crypto, you got to understand like what's going on with math and what's happening in the future. Um, Okay, so Mr. Zipper, he actually pulled up the current supplies for all of the eggs. So, and he also did this for the last 30-day changes. So I calculated the 10x event. It's going to bring all of the drop rate from 1 in 10,000 up to 1 in 1,000. And it's for 64 hours, so it's 2 2/3 days. Here, so what I did is that I calculated basically just if this is going to be 10 times the amount, I took these ratios and factored it into the 30-day to get our expected amounts of how many eggs are going to be minted, given like the same number of quests would be completed within that time. So it is going to increase the egg supply by about 10,000. Right now we're about 34,000. So this is a 30% dilution of our egg supply. So it is fairly significant increase in how many of the eggs could possibly be minted this weekend. But what I think is going to happen is that pets are coming pretty soon. I think we're only about a week or two away from seeing pets. And people are going to be eating these up. Like, are you familiar like how the pet mechanics or like in general are going to work right now? Like, do you want to explain that to our people?
Honestly, I think you can explain it better.
Okay, so essentially with our pets, oh yeah, I got my camera to finally work. Hooray. Okay, so with our pets, what it's going to be is that they're kind of like booster packs, just like summoning is that you can potentially get something that's worth less than what it was prior, or you can get something that's worth significantly more, rather depending on whether you get like a common or a rare or legendary or mythic kind of pet. So, and just think about like I think about like the eggs right now just as like any other trading card game model. So when you buy like a pack of Magic cards, like your average pack is probably going to be worth less than the actual amount, but you still want to keep opening those because you have that chance to get that super valuable thing. Um, so people are going to be wanting to buy tons of these and because they want it's like summoning, but it's even more limited than summoning. Like right now we only have 34,000 that are possible to get summoned out here. I think this is going to really shoot demand up for these eggs a lot. Now, we don't really know what the pets are going to do yet, though. So, like, I know a lot of people have speculated on what the pets are going to do. Like, what are your thoughts on that, RJ?
Um, I mean, just to go off of your points, and probably to answer earlier question, I do see in the short term for eggs to go even lower. I know that there's always going to be a percentage of people that are paper handers, and they're just going to keep undercutting and undercutting. And I think the demand will come a little bit closer to, let's just say, the next AMA, the next AMA. Who knows when we're gonna get more news about the eggs? But once that happens, it's gonna be very similar to our last AMA and the last AMA where people scooped up eggs like crazy. And I think you might remember those days where everyone was like willing to buy yellow egg, willing to buy green egg, and that really shot up the prices of eggs. Um, Sorry, what was your second question? I want to get to that as well.
Yeah, no, that's a really interesting point. I think right now you're totally right. Where we probably will see like a short term reduction in the cost of eggs, just because like we're about to see this huge supply incoming. But absolutely, I think we're gonna see that bounce right back up. But yeah, the second question was, what do you think about like what the utility is going to be for these pets? Like, what are they going to do? How do you see them being utilized in the game?
Sheesh. I mean, so there's so much speculation behind this, right?
I
So,
know it's all speculation right now, but I want to hear like what some of your thoughts as somebody who's been around for a while.
I obviously wanted to have a lot of utility. I think the more utility behind it, the better, because this is kind of their focus right now to kind of perfect this next quote unquote launch. Um, we People are saying, it's going to boost your questing rewards. You kind of bring it as a buddy with your hero while, let's just say, mining or something. So maybe we'll see a percentage increase, and hopefully it's a percentage that's substantial enough to justify the price of the pets. And I'm sure we're going to see something similar to the current tavern for heroes, but for pets, and I think that would be cute. But I think honestly there's going to have to be enough utility to justify its price. um, because right now, let's just say 120, 150, maybe $200 USDC. I see it hovering around there for floors, depending on what time and the demand and supply. Um, but what's gonna make people want to buy it as opposed to buy an egg and go for the lottery chance? Um, so I'm really excited to kind of see it can go really good, it can go really bad. Who knows? I'm just scared that there's not enough utility. That's my standpoint, but I do hope to see a lot of utility behind the pets.
Yeah, me too. And I think it can really come out in a lot of different ways. One way that I can see like a lot of utility and demand for pets was if it was beneficial to have a pet for each one of your individual heroes. I think if we had something like that, the demand would just go absolutely insane for these things. Because right now, looking at this is like 20% of the hero count. So if it was beneficial for us to have those, then people are going to want to have those, and to get the better ones is going to be even harder in that short supply. But yeah, I'm really curious, like how they're going to actually benefit our quests. Like, are they going to increase drop rates for certain items, or maybe it's going to make it so like you get more like guarantee skill level ups, or level up faster, or get more experience. I don't really know. One other like speculation that I was thinking of is that we have the four colored eggs for the different professions, and DFK team just loves to work in like fours and eights. I'm wondering if these would provide like stat bonuses, if it's going to be like two different stats for each of these different eggs, and maybe even the ones that like align with the professions. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, great question. I see it very similar to. I mean, right now I see it really similar to heroes, I guess. So let's just say common, uncommon, rare, yellow, for legendary, I guess. But I could be completely off. I think that with each color comes percentage increase in something, and we don't know what that is. And we don't know how many rarities there are going to be in pets. At least to my knowledge, I don't know yet. Um, but if it affects your percentage of XP gained or percentage of drop rate increases, I think people will kind of price those hatched eggs accordingly to the, I guess its market value.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see, and that's what's like so cool about DFK. It's like there are just so many moving parts to it all that you like don't really know like how it's so difficult to predict like what are the best decisions in this economy because you just have a million choices, and I think it just brings a really bright and vibrant ecosystem for everyone. Um, One other thing I wanted to mention in relation to eggs is that remember, eggs are only brought from our professions. And also noted in the announcement this week, and we saw with some of the new NPCs that we're getting these training quests. So these training quests like aren't going to be the profession quests. They're going to be different ways to utilize stamina for our heroes, which means that not as many eggs are going to be farmed. So you better, I think people really need to go hard on this weekend, or at least like try to get all their quests in for the egg hunt, because this might be like the last good opportunity to rake in a bunch of eggs. I think. What are your thoughts on like the training quests? First, about like how do you think they're going to impact egg supply, and then we can talk more about some speculation on those.
I think also on your last point, I just want to go over that real quickly. I think that's completely valid. I think DFK always comes out with the event, and whether it's PJ or this, people might and maybe they should take advantage of this period because it only comes once. It might come again, and I do see another burning a journey coming hopefully soon. But in this case, whether you're sniping eggs right now or preparing for this weekend, maybe picking up a few more heroes than usual to take advantage of this 10x period, it could really change your portfolio. I think a lot of people with smaller wallets, or they have goals to 10x their wallets or 20x their wallets. I know a lot of people have very ambitious goals for their DFK portfolio. And I think that to take advantage of these times could make a difference. Obviously, NFA from both me and Tosh, but it could make a difference. I'm only saying this because I saw PJ change a lot of lives, especially if you had a lot of survivors. Um,
Oh,
but
yeah, dude, for
yeah,
sure.
especially for your airdrop, right? Jeez.
Yeah, I was really happy, like just from PJ. Everybody thought I was crazy. I'm like, Tosh is gonna send all his heroes, but I ended up getting, I think, just from PJ, like 1,800 crystal from that. So massive, massive win.
Woo.
Was one of my. I even tweeted about this, but it was definitely like one of those like game changing plays. And like honestly, I hadn't felt like that big of a game changing play like since the Gen Zero mint. So it was really cool to have that.
Yeah, and I think that's what we got to be looking forward to, especially for people that aren't working with extremely huge wallets, or they're always complaining like, "Oh, I'm not going to do as well in this game because I don't have that big of a wallet." But I think there's always lucrative opportunities that the everyday person could take advantage of, especially if you're learning everything you can about this project and you've done your due diligence. Um, I think it could. I mean, PJ and CV has changed a lot of lives, and I think we just got to keep looking out for that next thing and looking out for that next play.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that's always kind of fun about like jewel price going down is that we always see tavern prices kind of go up with it. So that's been pretty cool, and I really like that point that you had too. Is like even if like things aren't going well, like you can always look for an opportunity. There's always like ways that you can make money, whether it's like in the tavern or flipping crystal or jewel or farming it effectively. There's just so many opportunities, so always keeping your eyes peeled for that is super important. Somebody kind of just because we're on the topic, somebody mentioned like what's the value in Dread Knights. So Dread Knight floor has been chilling around like 1,100 for non PJ ones, and it looks like the one with a summon here is 1,600, and that price has been pretty consistent. People were asking about like what's the advantage of like having one of these over just like a regular mythic, and I think the stats they kind of show for themselves. Like this is a level 1 here, but it has 15 strength, and people are comparing it to a mythic, like a regular class, and it just doesn't quite compare. But also, like, for me, I sent my 3 Dread Knights on Perilous Journey, and that was such a huge amount of the crystal that came through. So even though we're not necessarily like feeling like these guys are like that great at professions right now, I think the Dread Knights do have some pretty solid utility that's gonna come. And the first time I saw that was with Perilous Journey.
Do you remember how much crystal you got from each surviving?
Oh gosh, I think we can look it up at the docs, but it was a pretty nasty amount. Let's see. Crew records. Oh yeah, they're right at the top here too. So 164, 225, and 159. So right there, that was like 550 crystal, and selling that at $45 feels really good.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah,
absolutely. And not to mention, like, these guys got the Perilous Journey marks on them, which like forever makes them incredibly more valuable. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, these big plays, they're there if you keep your eyes open to them. And yeah, like you got to play them. You got to risk hard. I think, again, not financial advice here, but if you do and it pays off, it can really pay off and be one of those game changers. So let's why don't we do a summon, kind of like break things up a little bit? Does that sound fun?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so I held on a whole day to keep my Gen Zeros alive for this stream, so I've just been itching to summon them. So let's go ahead and do it. I've got Mythic, Archer, and our Thief here, trying for a Dark Knight combo. These are my homeboys. They're both miners too. Dude, these guys are money printers, because as long as they print a miner of anything, it's worth like 2x.
That's huge. I didn't realize they're both miners.
Oh, nice. Yeah, bud. And then if we get like the Dream combo where they mutate into a Dark Knight and get a miner, that's like an easy 4, 5, 6x, or like a 10x if it's like a legendary or something. But what's kind of crazy is that this guy, I've summoned with this pair now 61 times. They've never pulled a legendary or a mythic.
I think we're due, because we gotta respect the fact your Archer is a mythic. It's a shiny mythic. It's gotta provide some big colors, right?
I know. I have been getting more shinies from him recently. I've been on and off on using the stones. I think we'll throw the Might Stone, because like the strength, if it's a minor, like I think it always helps a little bit. But I just kind of sell these anyway, or I've been flipping them anyways, so it doesn't matter that much. But
yeah, especially if you get that Dark Knight. Dark Knights are born with so much strength already. If it hits, I think green boost on strength, it could be born with 17 with no stones, I believe.
Oh gosh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that's what I saw it on a tavern. I'm like, okay, 17 strength, level 1 born. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that is insane. 17. Well, the big crystals, they give you that +6. So the smaller ones only give you +4. I thought I was just due like some of the big crystals, but I didn't get any. Like I forget what the criteria was for that, but it must have been too high for me.
Was it from dying? Because
I don't know.
Your guys survived. Your good ones survived.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I lost 4 legendaries out of it. And I lost my legendary Sage, which was kind of sad, but
you didn't lose your Dread Knight, and I don't know if you saw how many Dread Knights that died, but it was a sad amount. I shed a tear for them.
I think it was like 88 sent and like 59 survived or something like that.
Yeah, let me double check.
So yeah, like 30 Dread Knights got burned. That hurts, because
68% survived.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I would say close to 30-ish. No, like 29-ish.
Okay. Yeah, 29. Dang. Oh gosh. All right, we got a Thief. No Dark Knight. Is he mythic?
I see.
If he's
mythic or bust, right?
Okay, if he's mythic, we'll give away 2 heroes. How about that?
Okay,
All right.
chat, give us the good vibes
We
now.
need good vibes. I know it's already sealed in stone, but here we go. Oh, no, he's uncommon.
Minor.
Minor.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Minor, though. So, yeah. Wow, we're in the 170,000s now. That's so crazy. Like, I remember when we're in, like, our like 10,000th hero. Well, those were the days.
What is it again? 171.
171689. So
Yeah, thank God we hit the mining.
yeah, definitely hit the mining there. So it's nice, like that stone gave him the +4 on strength. So he already has 17 points on mining as a thief level 1. So like
Jeez.
not bad at all. Let's check tavern. What are these 10 out of 10s going for right now? Let's see.
Off the top of my head, I would say 140, 150 for commons. So uncommon would maybe bring another 2 to 5 jewel, depending on how you value that.
Yeah,
The lesser might actually, that adds a little bit as well.
yeah, I wish that like showed up in the UI better. Like we use that stone. What's kind of interesting, so I usually look at like thieves and archers when I pull these up, just because like that's usually what people are going on, like these Dark Knight pairs. But like I think there's a shortage of mining thieves in like the Gen 0 pool. So like, see, there's like
There
five.
is.
There's 5 archers. I can get a rare one 10 out of 10 for the same price as this common 10 out of 10 thief with mining. So
Honestly, I could be a small reason. Any thieves I see under 160, I usually just pick it up, regardless of DR1 of anything, whether it's profession or main class, because of that reason. And they resell really well, and obviously, they're crucial for summoning mining Dark Knights. So,
yeah, interesting.
and that's actually what I picked up last night for this stream.
That's funny. Well, I got another one for you if you want to buy it.
Actually, I might be down. Yeah.
All right, we'll chat later about that. Right on. Okay, cool. So we're in the tavern. Dude, this new NPC, Ice Reaver Zane, somebody called me out and said, like, that's Tosh.
That is Tosh. That is Tosh.
I wonder if it was modeled after me. Like, dude, yeah, I'm that ripped, right? But yeah, what do you think about like? So we have these training quests. A little background for people who like haven't heard about these yet. We don't know a whole lot, but we know there's one as NPC for each of our stats. What do you guys, or what do you think like is going to benefit? Like how are these going to work? How are we going to benefit from this?
Who knows? I mean, it could be similar to maybe the leaderboards for the questing right now, where let's just say top 5 guys that just consistently keep winning, they get some jewel rewards. Who knows what the prizes are, but it obviously seems very exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So some people were speculating that we might see like maybe you get like these crystals from it. I could also see like like maybe like each hero could play like 3 of these games and earn up to 3 stats, but it's like you can only like play the games for like 3 total stats, like no matter which game you're playing. I could see something like that.
Like that.
That.
Yeah, like if they win the fight because they got stronger, they gain like 3 strength or something. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I could see something like that, and that could be pretty cool. And like people always complain, like, oh, the whales are like the ones that are just like always benefiting out of everything. But like, think about if a system like that came out, like they have to now change their whole questing routine and get every single hero through all these quests. Like these whales, like a lot of whales actually keep up with their quests a ton and have way more heroes than I have even. I'm up to 61 right now. But like I just don't get when people like knock the whales that are actually like also spending their whole day on DFK because they're playing the game too. Uh,
It's honestly a full-time job, especially if you're gonna quest. And I've seen people use, obviously the other softwares, they automatically do it, but it's a chore. And if you're also trying to sell your heroes and cancel them, quest them, relist them, I mean
hmm
that's a few hours out of the day minimum.
No, for real. Like, yeah, it was kind of surprising, like how much time I really was like spending on the tavern when I was doing like heavy flipping and stuff. Because yeah, it can very easily become a full time job, and actually, like I mean, if you're doing it right, like it can be a pretty lucrative full time job too. So, that's what I just love about GameFi worlds. It's bringing all these new opportunities that just straight up did not exist before. Um,
100%.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any other thoughts on like what these training quests might look like?
I think we covered a lot, but I'm hoping they geared towards maybe they give a chance to the smaller portfolios so they could really change their lives, and maybe it's another lucrative thing or play that they can get into. But who knows? Hopefully, people can win Jewel or something of, I guess, quote unquote, a monetary value and benefit off of this.
Yeah, for sure. This is like kind of pure speculation again, but I think what could be kind of cool is that like if these were actually like mini games where you like upload the result to the chain, so maybe it is like arm wrestling, you kind of have to like get your angle and like your positioning or right or whatever.
Mm.
It'd be cool if like those games, if these were like practice games for the LAN tournaments. Um, and you keep mentioning like what like the game like changing opportunity for people. I don't think we're really gonna see it in Egg Weekend. Like there's some money to be made there. It's not gonna be that crazy. I think people are just really dramatic about it both ways.
I agree. I agree.
Um, the training quest, like this is going to give a new option, a new utility for our heroes. So what I expect here is maybe like a little pump, like a general pump in the tavern, especially towards the floor heroes. But really, I think the next game changing play is going to be the LAN tournaments.
Mhm.
And I'm curious like if like how closely like these training quests are going to relate to that. But yeah, or like, do you have any thoughts? Like, do you plan on like playing in the LAN tournaments, or like trying to pick up LAN when that comes out?
I do hope so, and we'll see as we get more info. And to kind of talk off of your point as well, 100%. I don't think it's going to be a game changer event that's coming up for here, but I do see people paper handing to a certain low, and I think it's going to reach a point, maybe even 90 USDC in the short term. And I think that if you're willing to pick them up, you might be able to sell them when it's hype. Everyone wants to pick up these eggs because everyone wants to hatch these and open these Pokemon card packs, I guess, and
Mm-hmm.
want to see what's inside. I think that could be a little bit of a little flip that people can take advantage of.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting for these to dip a little bit more, and then I'm probably gonna pick up a few. I guess one other thing, like relating to the egg extravaganza, that I wanted to point out is that sorry, I totally just lost my train of thought there. Went totally blank. We'll see if that comes back, but overall, like I'm waiting for these to dip down. I think they're gonna go back up when they actually get released. Oh, that's what I was gonna mention was the stamina potions. So a lot of people were like, "Dude, whales are just gonna like keep spamming stamina potions during the egg weekend." But the thing is, like, let's do some math on that real quick. So right now, we with the egg weekend, will be a 1 in 1,000 chance to give you an egg. So if you're using a stamina potion, that gives you 5 quests. So essentially, gives you one out of or like 5 out of 1,000, or 1 out of 200. Um, so uh, stamina potions also cost 2,000 gold. So really, like each stamina potion gives you this 1 in 200 chance, but you can use the cost of 25 stamina potions and get the golden egg, which right now is actually the most expensive one on the market. So
Yeah.
I think people are totally wrong. I don't think people are really going to be spamming stam potions that much. They might kind of like try to double dip if they are going for the leaderboards as well, but like I don't really see people going like that extra hard. And honestly, the numbers just don't make sense for people to spam stam potions for eggs alone.
I
Um,
agree, especially at this price. And I'm trying to figure out how much a stam potion is right now. But last time I checked was 4.5 jewel for one,
yeah.
and they were at 1.5 jewel, and even then I thought they were expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since the leaderboards, people trying to, yeah, it's 4.28 right now for one off the trader.
4.28. Yeah, 4 joules. So that's almost
Wow.
$20 USD. Remember, you can buy an egg for 5 or 6 stam potions
You're
now.
you're right. Yeah, the math just doesn't make enough sense for any
No,
whale
it
to
makes no
want to,
sense.
because whales usually do as much math as they can, because obviously money's still money and they're not just gonna waste it. Um, yeah, the odds just don't make sense because they're expecting what, an egg in every 5 or every 10, which doesn't make enough sense. They would just pick it up instead.
Exactly. It makes no sense. So don't expect like any crazy stamina potion action going on. One thing I really haven't paid as much attention to as I should have are the leaderboards. Have you done like much looking into this or try to play these at all?
Um, no, I've been helping out a friend,
Okay.
and it's been doing pretty well. And he's actually the guy that created that Transcendent Rare Paladin for you.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you remember a cool, but he has, maybe you've seen this character around or this hero, but it's the Mythic Summoner that has the highest or the most stats in a game, the highest luck and intelligence in a game.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
always call him the smartest guy in Serendale.
Nice, nice.
But
That's
he's been consistently getting second to sixth place. But it's crazy
that's
how
good.
an uncommon PJ Ninja could, or even uncommon Thief could beat a um, a Mythic Summoner that's level 13.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, and like honestly, I think that's cool because it gives like that opportunity for anybody to win. So
Yeah.
I like that in general. Is this him here, the level 13 one? Oh yeah, 49 intellect. It has to be it.
Let me check
Oh, cool.
Discord.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
definitely it. Yep. So there's that mythic summoner. I remember like he was trying to sell it. It was like 20,000 jewel or something. Like, who do you think I am? I'm not that
Yeah,
rich.
yeah, we were trying to help him price it, and we did quite a bit of math because with this hero, what's the ROI? Because the ROI is obviously being able to win these um I guess leaderboards, but also
Yeah.
what are the chances of it helping you win a piece of land um or airdrops, et cetera, et cetera. So we did a lot of math behind it, and it's still super hard to price the number one hero in the game because we
Yeah.
look at it and it's the number one hero for PvP, for stats, for everything, but it's hard for a buyer to justify its price, and it's hard for a seller to price it correctly and appraise it correctly.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's a super niche market. Like it's gonna be really tough to find a buyer for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, also like it's not just like a monetary investment. It's like buying an investment, like a huge
Mhm.
investment that you have to put time
Mhm.
into as well and nurture. Because these leaderboards, like we just talked about, like they don't come without any thought. Like they take work and time. And even if it is just spamming stam potions, like that's a lot of time.
It's so much work, man.
So
And just to
much
let you
time.
know, he's been on there upwards of 10 hours straight, just going for it
Oh my
and picking
gosh.
up probably close to 1,000 or 2,000 stamp potions before the craziness. So hopefully before the acquisition cost of $2 per stamp. But Sheesh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I've been playing like the gold game a little bit more recently. You can see I have like
Yeah, I saw.
360k gold here, but this has been a really interesting chart to watch as well.
Yeah.
So like during like CrystalVale pump, we saw gold break a little bit over a cent or so, and it's been flying around like between like 0.007 and like 1.1 cents for a while.
Hmm.
So I've been buying these dips just because it is a little bit more volatile of an asset, and I think it's going to be way more like it's going to be high demand as we see all of these new features come out. I think the leaderboards in general are definitely like getting the in-game economy to circulate a lot more. And what people need to realize too is that like buy pressure on gold is extremely healthy for our economy because it's increasing the value of everybody doing their quests. So
Hmm.
really important to keep an eye on this chart too on Deck Screener for DFK Gold, and I think it can be a pretty good indicator of how healthy like the in-game economy is and how people are kind of interacting with the hero ecosystem as well. So definitely good to go there. But yeah, whoever is competing on these leaderboards, like I got some respect for you because I would get bored out of my mind
It's so
spamming
much
stand
work.
potions for that long.
So one quick note, just because I'm sure some people are curious. The people that are number one, number two, and number three, odds are they're breaking even on a good case, and on a normal case, they're actually losing anywhere from 20 to 100 joule just to stay up there. And apparently, the justification is getting these raffles for uh, the Gen Zeros.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people are playing the Gen Zero
So
raffle. Yeah.
yeah, so you're really essentially buying raffle tickets, and once you have enough, you should have good enough odds to basically quote unquote guarantee you a Gen Zero. But the weird thing about it, like I've also done math behind it, is I'm assuming one person can only win one. So once one person wins it, the rest of the raffle tickets basically are burned to extent, and the denominator goes lower, which makes it higher odds for everyone else. Um, so done some math around that, and I found that to be fairly interesting for those that want to get into leaderboards.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Yeah, I like even the time sink is a lot, but that cost sink in like the stamina potions is quite a bit too. But it also it's a really good point on the raffle tickets is that these raffles are going to be a little bit less competitive because if it's the same 10 to 50 people in the leaderboards every week or every day, then that's a pretty small pool of people to choose of
Yeah.
for those to get picked out of. So if you are have like a down weekend or something, maybe it is a good idea to just like really bust your ass on one of these and see if you can get into the leaderboard because those raffle tickets could be pretty high value, especially if you end up picking up one of those Gen Zeros. Hell yeah. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, it's not something I've personally gone into yet, but something I've been keeping an eye on. I'm like, this is intriguing. I mean, I'm about to get surgery on Monday, so I want to be on the couch. So maybe I will compete for a couple of these. We'll see.
Yeah, and by the way, hopefully that goes well.
Thanks.
And I guess on that note, I would just be careful because you could lose a lot of money trying to fight for the leaderboards currently. Because before, if it was at 1 or 2 joule per stam, it made a lot more sense. But $2, 2 joule for a stam, 150 of those. So let's just say 75 for $4 stam. Is 75 stam going to get you high enough up there? That's the question. Because if you're getting 175, that'd be 130. Assuming you win the 300 joule, fighting for what is that, second or third place? You really need to figure out your break even and how much you could invest before you're really losing money. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it seems like now is a better time to get into it than later because like the Gen Zero raffles are there, and like I don't think enough people are paying attention to the leaderboards. Like these are huge jewel amounts that they're handing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a very interesting mechanic. I'm honestly like if any like smaller wallet like gets onto these leaderboards and ends up winning a Gen Zero, like I'd be ecstatic for you. So
Yep.
and maybe this is like one of the like game changing opportunities that's happening right here and now.
Absolutely. Definitely agree. It is definitely one of those. And I'm gonna punch in a little bit more math, but I'm on the same boat. Like I'm literally a hair away from just wanting to compete. Because in your case, you definitely have some heroes that are already ready. And even if you, for example, break even or lose a little jewel, you're getting all that free XP to gain. And that's obviously going to be valuable for PvE, PvP when those stats are going to be more valuable to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so that giveaway, it's gonna go off in about 8 minutes or so. I have the form in or I'll post it in chat again, but it's also in the description here. Make sure you're filling that out. Go check us out. RJ's got an awesome YouTube channel covering DFK content too, so make sure you check his stuff out. And then the hero we're giving away, let's actually check that out. I just summoned this one pretty fresh. But it is a shiny priest forager. So shiny means that it can't get shit stained. It's immune to shit stains. So extra lucky for you. And it's a priest with a nice professional alignment. So fill out that form. Make sure you're good to go for that. What do you think? So I have that other summon for us to do. Should we lock and load it?
Let's do it, man. I think people are hyped in the chat right now. Let's do it.
All right, hell yeah. If you guys want to see this, okay, so we're going to do something kind of crazy. I'm going to show you this here. So we are going for, our summon here is going to be a paladin and a dragoon. Kind of weird, but I'm going to show you what's up with this in a little bit. So we're using this guy. And we're using this guy. So let's pull up the DFK adventures on this. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going for here is this paladin. It has a transcendent ability and also has transcendent on R1. So pretty nice chance to get transcendent ability passed on. It's 47%. And yes, guys, I know in the AMA they said they're gonna reroll these genes, but I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. And then he has advance on passive too. The dragoon here is a very interesting dragoon, and shout out to 3 Wolves for finding this hero for me. But he has dragoon with R1 Sage, and then also has an advanced ability here. So here are the odds we're working with. Is that we have 37.5 for a Sage, 9% for Sage, 37.5 for Dragoon, or 37.5 for a Paladin, and about 50% for a Transcendent ability here.
We have a DR1 Transcendent. I have never seen that yet.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
insane.
So this was one of the spawns from that paladin the rare paladin that I had, and rolled the R1 too. So this is a pretty special summon here, and again, shout out to 3 Wolves for helping me make this happen. We're definitely using a stone on here. We're tossing the might in. What do you think? What are your predictions here? Are we gonna get an elite with Transcendent? I don't think there's any that exist yet.
I think we're gonna definitely hit the Transcendent.
I'm
In
feeling
terms of
it too.
colors, I'm seeing like an uncommon rare. Nothing too crazy there. And,
Okay.
yeah, I mean the Dragoon would be nice, but it's a dice roll between the Paladin and Dragoon. And hey, if we hit the Sage, we take those.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, hopefully we hit the Dragoon or the Sage. All right, here's my final prediction. It's going to be rare Dragoon Transcendent. It's a ballsy prediction. What's yours? Final one.
Final one, I see a uncommon Dragoon Transcendent ability. And I
Okay.
guess for sure gardening is what we saw. But
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed to be a gardener. 85% of the gardening. But we got
mining would be the lottery.
less than 1% for that, and then we've got 0.5% for the mythic. So we'll see.
Yo.
Let's do it up. I've been holding on to this summon for a while, so let's check it. Yeah, 30,000 chat. Oh, somebody said legendary sage transcendent. That would be baller. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Rub the Pepe business hands. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see something.
Oh wait. We need the summoning hat. Here it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now it's gonna be mythic for sure. Oh, it's purple hat. Only brings
100%.
purple heroes. So here we go. 5 seconds. Dun dun dun.
Let's hit the lottery.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's fucking do it. All right, here we go. Yeah, hat equals mythic, 100%. Here we go. Oh, we got a dragoon.
We got the dragoon. Okay.
With the
we
wings.
We got partially.
Oh, we're both right so far.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's huge.
That's
'cause
exciting. I haven't seen a dragoon out of this portal in a while.
this
Rare,
is
dude.
huge.
Rare
We got the
dragoon.
rare.
Dude, it
Let's
can
go.
transcendent. Foraging, not a gardener.
Okay.
All
wow,
right.
we actually dodged the.
Dude,
was
I
it
guess
inside?
rare dragoon. All right, let's see the transcendent.
That's huge.
Let's see this.
Definitely.
706.
Surely we hit the transcendent. DR1
Do we get it?
transcendent.
Yes, DR1 transcendent. Dude.
DR1. Surely we hit
Yes,
everything.
We nailed that.
And we dodged the gardening.
Dude, I
And we hit
predicted
the-
that perfectly. Rare dragoon transcendent. This was live.
Oh, R2 Sage.
Dude. I called that
That's
100%. What were the chances of calling that? That was nothing. Yo,
I don't know. You have to hit the
Dude.
37,
37,
12.5 rare,
12,
the 2% foraging.
47. Dude, that's so crazy. I called that perfectly. Wow, it's got the paladin subclass too.
Yeah,
That was
that's-
pretty low as well on here. Okay, yeah, 23% for that. Dude, that's
yeah, congrats,
insane.
man. That's actually amazing. That's
I
actually
can't
amazing.
believe I called that so well. Wow. That is so nuts.
I mean, you're seeing what Transcendence being sold for like anywhere from what 600 to 1,000 jewel? Would you say?
I would like, dude. I mean, this is
This is the
one of a
first
kind.
elite?
This is the first.
Yeah.
I think the first elite with a transcendent ability. That is insane. I have to double check that fact, but that's not been fact checked. But I'm pretty sure this is the only one. And it came out
Wasn't
rare.
there like, yeah, like I'm talking about like I guess in the past, right? Like a more normal role, nothing too crazy. Transcendence usually sell for I think you said 700 earlier.
I had a common transcendent Dark Knight. I think the thing that brought that price up, it had 4 summons left, but I sold it for 900.
Oh.
I think this guy is gonna be worth anywhere between 500 and 700 if I list him. So pretty huge win. Yeah, I definitely got that. I think it was the hat, guys. I think you're right. The hat did the trick, made
The
my call
hat.
perfect. I can't believe I called that so well. That's insane.
That was a banger and a half, man. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, bud. I can't believe that. But yeah, actually, I have a spreadsheet. I forget where I got this from, but somebody made this that like has all the tavern data uploaded.
Oh
And what I
yeah.
do is I just search Transcendent on here. Honestly, at any given time, there is about like maybe there's 5 up right now. So Transcendent Common Priest, Transcendent Common Priest is 222 right now. Yeah, I think that's the same one. We have Rare Paladin. Actually, that's the one I sold, 355, I think. And then, I think that's somebody posted it again. and then uncommon Dark Knight with no summons for 500. So, oh wait,
Is
one
that
more.
also yours?
No,
The
that one's
DK?
not mine. And we have Common
Okay.
Ninja. Somebody's trying to get 800 for it, so they're not getting that. So yeah, I would guess
Yeah.
this hero's worth between like 5 and 700 jewel, which is pretty nice. Not gonna lie, it's pretty great.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see what a advanced ability, elite ability, and a transcendent ability actually is
Me too, man.
compared to a basic, right? Because obviously people are working hard to mutate these, and I wonder just how crazy it's gonna be.
Yeah, dude, for sure. People want me to link this spreadsheet. I've been kind of reluctant to, so don't share it too far. But there you go. It's
Yeah.
in chat. Don't share it with all your friends. But yeah, dude, I can't believe that call. I honestly, I think we have to call that on the summons because it's just not gonna get better, you know. um, but dude,
Gosh darn, because I was gonna summon, right?
but like, how do you beat that? I'm sorry. um, Cool. Well, I think our giveaway form is just ending right now. So actually, I'll flip you over, RJ. Do you want to share your screen and do a couple summons?
Can you actually give me 5 minutes? My girlfriend just got into a car crash
Oh
right now.
shoot! Hey,
Let me be right back.
we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up then. You definitely go deal with that. I'm sorry, man. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Okay, you deal with that.
wow.
I'm gonna wrap everyone else up here. But thanks for coming, dude. This was super fun.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it, and good luck, you guys, for the giveaway. I'll see you guys around. Take care.
All right, later, RJ. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I am going to check out our giveaway real quick and call our winner out. Da, da, da. Let me check this real quick. Dude, can we believe this call? That was the most insane call I've ever had summoning. I think I called one when Neindorf was on too from DFK Adventures, and I like called it perfectly too. Wasn't as extreme. All right. Where is this giveaway go? Oh no, my giveaway disappeared on me. I'm having some issues with King Sumo right now, guys. Let me try to figure this out so I can call our giveaway winner. I might need to call this on my Twitter instead because it's not being kind of weird to me. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm having some weird issues with the giveaway right now. It's not showing up on my King Sumo. See, look, I had it and then it's not there. So I'm gonna need to look into this and check it out. But I will announce our giveaway winner on Twitter, and then they will also get an email. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for coming. We're gonna give away that hero. This was super fun. Hopefully you learned a few things as well, and that this was a productive use of your time. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. And I will call our giveaway winner on Twitter. Oh, okay. I see what I did. All right, I'm gonna call our giveaway winner on Twitter. Yeah, best wishes for RJ's girlfriend. Keep posting on that, and I'm gonna send out an email to the winner as well. It's only gonna be from cryptowithtosh@gmail.com. Not gonna ask for any personal information other than your wallet address. And again, congrats to whoever does end up picking that up. Again, hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a really great time. It was great that RJ could kick it with us too, and go check out his channel for some more DFK content. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day and rest of your week, and I'll hopefully catch you guys pretty soon. All right, have a great one. Take care, everyone.